The Cumberland Pirates at 19-3 against Altamont at 13-7. Gail's back at the studio. She's been keeping track of some scores from the area. Let's send it to her real quick for some scores, Gail.
All right, in girls basketball action in the Apollo Conference, Effingham big win over Charleston. They traveled there and won 83-18. In the National Trail Conference, Windsor Stew Straws with a win over Cowden-Herrick Beecher City, 51-44. And in non-conference play, it was North Clay defeating Sandoval, 44-28.
All right, thank you very much, Gail. We appreciate those scores from back at the studios. And here at Altamont, it's shaping up to be a good one. It's the Cumberland Pirates, coached by Altamont native. He played for Altamont, Justin Radel. And it'll be the Indians under Coach John Niebrugge. Of course, he came out of the Ken Crawford coaching tree from Teutopolis in his playing days and has been at Altamont. Well, he has the second longest tenure among coaches in the conference, as he has his club in with a record of 13-7. And one thing that's notable about Altamont's record of 13-7, it's come via the toughest schedule in 1A boys basketball, noted by a couple of sources.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Britton, NestoHoops.com. Check it out if you don't already. You should. Yeah, he's ranked strength of schedule, and he says Altamont's number one. And if Aaron says it, then I believe it. And yeah, that's not a rough estimate. That's not, just kind of conjecture. They really do. And they have, listen, the wins have started to come for them against some tough competition, and you really see this team rounding into shape.
You saw them in particular at Dietrich, where they battled Dietrich. Dietrich won at Dietrich. And Coach Niebrugge said, we'd like to think we're one of the best, 8-6, 7-6 teams in the area, but we haven't picked up a big win. Well, they turned around the next night, beat what was then the number one ranked Woodlawn team in the state, and picked up big wins at North Clay and other wins around the area as well. So Altamont's on the winning track, but Cumberland is as well. They put together a 19-3 record under Coach Justin Radel, and they've earned that record as well against some pretty good competition, and they have run through the NTC.
That includes a win over Altamont, early in the season, but still a win nonetheless. Want to point out, and Kurt Becker gets all the credit for this research, but this is exactly 50 years to the day since Altamont got its first win, upsetting a number one. Let me just read what he says here. Marking the first time for an Altamont team to upset the tournament's top seed. 50 years ago, they defeated number one St. Anthony as a number 5 seed. So 50 years ago, that was the first Altamont team to ever defeat a number 1 seed. And now they've got a chance to do that tonight as they are the 4 seed taking on a 1 seed against Cumberland. So there you go. Kurt sends us a lot of stuff. Really wanted to find time to work some of that in, and that's one of those nice little notes from him.
We appreciate that. Kurt really does a good job of keeping people informed of a lot of interesting facts about this NTC tournament. It's something special. The folks from Cumberland are getting introduced to it here, and I've already heard some comments in the brief time that I've been in the crowd of, wow, this gym is full. Wow, this gym is loud. As Cumberland will be the home team on the board via the higher seed and the fact that they are on the top side of the bracket. So we will miss the starters from Altamont first under John Niebrugge. It's their same 5 of Cooper Powell, 6'2 senior, averages 2.2 points a game. He has 3 tournament points thus far. Cooper McManaway, a 6'2 sophomore, number 14. He averages 12.2 points a ball game. He had 18 in the win over North Clay. Cade Melville, the Indians' leading scorer, at just about 15 points a game. The 6'4 senior does it all for this club, including a 28-point performance where he grabbed double-digit rebounds as well in the win over North Clay in the semifinal. Jacob Johnson finished strong for the Indians with 17 points in that semifinal. The 6'2 senior is averaging 6.1 points a ball game, and Zane Miller, a 6'2 junior, number 42, averages 10 points a contest for John Niebrugge. He had 3 points in the win for Altamont on last night. They'll play players like Nate Lurkins, Carson Melville, Parker Bell. They will all come off the bench, along with appearances from possibly Blake Berg and Hayden Bridges, who we all saw against North Clay. The Cumberland Pirates are happy to have Reed Miller back. He did not play due to sickness in their contest against Neoga in their quarterfinal matchup. Miller averages 12 points a ball game. He wears number 5, and he's back in the starting lineup. as the 6-foot senior. He'll be joined out there by Cameron Radel. Radel, the 6'1 junior, wears number 2. Yes, he's the coach's son. He averages right at 14 points a game, had 21 in their victory over Neoga, and came out hot in that contest with the majority of those points in the first quarter. Caleb Bierman, 6'2 senior forward, wears number 25, averages 4 points a game. He scored a tally in the contest against the Indians. And Isaac Vanetta rounds out the starting lineup. The 6'2 junior wears number 30. Just about 9 points a game. He scored 13 in their win in the quarterfinal matchup. We'll also see Cade McMeekin, who started the other night, come off the bench. And we'll see Zach Harmon, as well as possibly Lance Locke, Bryson Weber, and Gavin Wormhout. We'll just have to see how the ebb and flow of this semifinal goes, as it's Altamont and Cumberland to see who moves into the championship game Saturday night.
I've been thinking about this game all day. I'm not going to lie to you. It should be an awful lot of fun if it goes the way I think it's going to go. And with this tournament, these semifinals, and whatever championship and third place games we get, it's going to be some great basketball. So here we go.
It's going to be jumping it up. Jacob Johnson against Isaac Vanetta. As the officials say, we are ready to go. The tip is in the air, and it's tipped a couple of times in the center circle and then batted into the hands of Reed Miller. Miller will set it up for Cumberland, picked up by Cade Melville. Takes it to the left side as Altamont opens in the man-to-man. They try to lob it to the high post. Knocked away by Johnson, picked up by Melville. Back to Johnson up court. Got to the basket right in front of the rim. He flips it over the top and drops it in for an early 2-0 lead for the Indians.
Take away in points right off the bat.
Miller to the right side, now back to the left. Looks on the side for Stewart. Stewart drops it down in the corner to Caleb Bierman. He brings it to the wing, now tries to get to the baseline. Banging in against Miller, put up a shot, left it short. Tried to get his own rebound, but couldn't control it. And Zane Miller grabs it for Altamont. To Melville, to Powell. Powell's had it slip through his hand, but he tracks it down on the left wing. And they work it back out top to Zane Miller. Miller puts the dribble down, now moves to the right side, leaves it with McManaway. Offers a pick to McManaway, who doesn't use it. Now spins to the corner of the free throw line and looks back out top for Johnson. Johnson to Melville, guarded closely out there by Isaac Vanetta. They get it across to McManaway to Powell. Powell holds on the right wing. Man-to-man, of course, here from Cumberland. Now Powell's asked for some movement from the defense. Splits the double team. Got into the lane, still in traffic, though, and was able to secure it and get it back out to McManaway. He's on the right wing as man-to-man defense really effective here for Cumberland, to say the least. 2-0. Altamont with the ball. The shot clock would have went off a long time ago, but now they got it to Cade Melville. He drives from the left side into the lane, sweeps in with a right-handed layup that he was left it short. The rebound is tied up, and possession arrow keeps it with Altamont.
Oh, good job by Jacob Johnson to stick his nose in there and get a hand on that basketball. Vanetta's a strong kid, but Johnson got in there and stuck with it, keeps it alive for Altamont.
Powell's inbounds to McManaway. McManaway brings it into the lane from the corner, puts up a jumper from about 6, and Cooper McManaway has his first 2 points. Altamont's up 4-0 early in the contest. 2 guarding 2 as Radel brings it across the timeline, matched up with Powell. Takes it to the right side. Now skip pass to the left wing. Number 3, Chase Stewart, fires a 3. It's off the heel of the rim, no good. Altamont mistimed their jump with Johnson. Vanetta came from behind and swiped at it, but it's off of him out of bounds.
So Altamont looking good early with 4-0 lead in the basketball. Cumberland going to play a man all the way up the floor here.
Melville will bring it up court, matched up with Caleb Bierman. Melville calls out the play, gets a screen from Johnson. He picks up his dribble in the center circle. McManaway to the rescue on the right side. He asks for Miller to come get it. Now fakes the pass, takes it to the corner, brings it back out on the dribble. Now attacks again with the left hand. Got into the lane, got the shot to go as he was fouled. Boy, Cooper McManaway, strong finish for the sophomore. Puts Altamont up early, 6-0, and looking for more at the strike.
Cooper was getting fouled all the way to the basket there. Whistle doesn't come in until the shot goes up. He's strong enough to get it up and in. And eventually it's Reed Miller who picks that one up, his first, Pirates first.
He will sit alongside Isaac Vanetta as into the ball game as Cade McMeekin, the 5'10 player wearing number 1, joined by Zach Harmon, the 6'8 senior. Meanwhile, McManaway at the stripe hits the free throw. He has 5. Altamont's up early, 7-0. Working it to the left side is Radel. Radel picked up his dribble. Powell's is right there with him. They get it to Harmon out in the corner, matched up with Zane Miller. Harmon gets a step on him with a left-hand dribble. Took it towards the basket, cut off, sends it back in the corner to Stewart. Stewart sends it back out top to Bierman. Around they go to McMeekin. Now Radel on the right sideline, almost literally. Got away from it, brought it to the top of the key, finds Stewart on the wing for three. It's off the mark. Offensive rebound. Going to the floor was Bierman, but he did dribble it as he hit the floor. And now we've got a jump ball whistled as he was surrounded by Indians. It'll be Cumberland ball to keep the possession under their basket. 5:06 to play in the first quarter. Altamont leads 7-0. Cumberland looking to dent the scoreboard. They get it in the corner to McMeekin. He sends it out to Radel. Radel from the top of the key. Works to the free throw line. Was cut off, so he backs away and resets. Takes it over to the right side. Hands to Stewart. Way out top to Bierman. Bierman left it with, that's now Stewart, who has it on the right side. Gets it back to Radel. Radel around the Stewart screen. Launches a deep three. It's off the heel of the rim. Hit the backboard support wire as it bounced high into the air. And that means the possession goes to Altamont.
Cumberland 0 for 4 from the field. They've missed 3 3-pointers, and it looks like we've got a Cumberland timeout here.
4:43 to play in the first quarter. Altamont leads Cumberland 7-0 in the 90th edition of the National Trail Conference semifinal on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Diedrich Bank is proud to be a sponsor of the NTC tournament. Good luck to all of our area teams. Diedrich Bank, live for today, bank for tomorrow, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
4:43 on the first quarter clock. Altamont is up 7-0. Cumberland took the timeout as Altamont will now work against some full court pressure.
Justin Radel's team settling for some threes, not knocking them down, but they settling. They were decent looks. None of them have fallen so far.
It was man pressure. Altamont got it to Melville. He brought it up court as they cleared out for him. Now he has it again on the right baseline. Drove the baseline, got double teamed. Harmon knocked the pass down, and he saved it into a teammate along the baseline. First Altamont turnover of the quarter.
Pretty nimble for a big man there.
I'd say they get it to him at the high post on the right elbow. One to get it back to Radel. Cooper Powell's is in the way. Knocks the pass down. Knocks another one down. Now they get it out top to Bierman. Busted play as Bierman goes into the lane. Altamont swarms him. Melville blocks his shot. McManaway the rebound. He pushes it up the right side all the way to the basket. He got his shot blocked by McMeekin, and Stewart is there to grab the rebound for the Pirates. Clears it to Radel. Ahead to McMeekin. Underneath to Harmon. Harmon works to the right side. Shot up. No good as it rolls off the rim as it was challenged by Miller, and Miller grabs the rebound. Handed it to Melville. He runs it up court. Takes it to the right side. Little contact, but you can expect that tonight. Shot no good. Rebound wrestled away by Stewart. And then Stewart was fouled by Melville, who tried to come back and tie him up.
I'm trying to keep up here, but a lot just happened there. Melville picking up his first foul. Altamont's first foul. Lots of action up and down the floor. No buckets and all that.
We've had changes for each team. We'll try to catch up with them as we go. It is Reed Miller bringing it up court for Cumberland. Gets the screen from Harmon. Works across the top of the key to the right side. Now back out top as he gets it to Radel. Radel circles from the wing to the center circle. Backs away from Cooper Powell. 3:22 on the first quarter clock. Altamont leads 7-0. Cumberland still looking for their first bucket. They work it over on the side. Isaac Vanetta's back out there. He has it way out on the left wing. Now picks up his dribble, hands it off. Cutting around him was Miller. Miller took it out top. Picked up on the switch by Melville.
Well, Altamont is defending really well.
3 minutes to play in the first quarter as they hand it to Radel. Radel got a step, got to the lane. Altamont closed it down. He backed away. Now tried to attack again. Powell's shuts him off. Looks over on the side. There's a drive to the basket by Reed Miller as he got a step off the pass and took it to the basket, laid it up and in.
Breaks an 0 for 6 start to the game.
Little confusion defensively on the defensive end for Cumberland. Left Zane Miller open for a shot, but he almost was like, am I really open? And just missed it. Rebound out of bounds off of McManaway, so it goes to Cumberland.
Harmon sits down for Cumberland. They get Bierman back in there?
I think they're back to their starting 5. Parker Bell's in the game. I believe I mentioned that for Johnson, but if I didn't, there you know. They get it to Miller. Miller handles from the right side, gets into the lane, forces up a tough shot as Miller came to help, but the rebound grabbed by Bierman. Gives the Pirates another opportunity as he sends it back out top to McMeekin. They swing it around the perimeter. There's a three on the way from Miller on the left side. No good. And the rebound high in the air as McMahon away for the board.
Yeah, I mean, lots of room for Miller to shoot there, but couldn't get her to go. They still haven't hit a three. 0 for 4 on those.
McManaway pushed it up to Bell. Bell thought about the three, didn't pull the trigger. Got it to McManaway. Now over on the side to Melville. He's got a height advantage on McMeekin. Drove into the lane, wanted to leave it underneath the Powell. Pass was contested. Powell couldn't quite control it cleanly, but he did get a hold of it as he moved out towards the wing on the left side. Altamont resets the offense. Miller hands it to Bell. Bell from the arc, works into the lane, pulls up for a tough jumper over two, no good. McManaway flashes in for the rebound on the putback attempt. He's fouled, and they say it's before the shot. Justin Radel is livid, and he is marching with the official the entire way up the court, and it's out of bounds to Altamont. And there is the technical. Radel just would not give it up, and now he got another one. And Justin Radel is going to have to exit this ball game. What a development early with 1:36 on the clock here in the first quarter. Altamont leading 7-2. They'll go to the line for 4 free throws. They'll have the ball back, and Justin Radel is livid. There was contact going for that rebound. He certainly felt like his player was fouled, and he just would not back away from the official. So they're talking it over with the coaching staff from Cumberland. They're still discussing it with the Cumberland coaching staff, as I think the contention is that Radel didn't say whatever the official teed up the second foul technical for.
I don't know if you can unring that bell, though.
I don't know. But they are still having a discussion here. And obviously it's a big situation. Cumberland doesn't want to lose their head coach. Now the officials are talking it over with one another for a quick moment. And now they are going to go explain what happened to John Niebrugge. But that is going to be 2 technical fouls on Justin Radel, and he has to leave this ball game. And that means he won't be able to coach wherever they end up with playing either the third place game or the championship Saturday night. Free throw for Cade Melville is now on the way. It hits the heel of the rim, no good. But he's got 3 more with 1:36 to play in the first quarter. Free throw is on the way. It's off the heel of the rim and bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Coach Niebrugge just collapsed as Cade goes and actually got the rebound and handed it to the official. He's now going to hand it back to Cade. The 6'4 senior from Altamont takes a few dribbles, puts this one on the way. It's good. That makes it 8-2. And Melville has one more. Takes his dribble, spins it in his hands, puts the free throw up. It's good. So Melville goes 2 for 4 at the line, pushes the lead back to 7, matching Altamont's largest lead of the night. And now Altamont's looking to make some substitutions. The officials don't realize it. Now Nate Lurkins will come in, the 6'1 sophomore, along with returning Jacob Johnson. McManaway and Miller sit down for Altamont. And now Altamont will have the ball to inbound from the sideline. Lurkins will be asked to trigger it in. Good pressure from Cumberland. He can't find anywhere to go with it. Tried to get it to Powell. It's knocked away by McMeekin. And it'll be Altamont ball again along the sideline.
Sorry to be so quiet. Just getting everything sorted over here.
1:33 on the clock. Inbounds this time in backcourt to Melville. He brings it up the right side. Left it with Bell in the corner, who works in from the wing now. Got into the lane. Being hassled by McMeekin. Found a space to take a shot. It was contested. No call. Rebound 2.
I'm sorry, but
McMeekin.
McMeekin was all over him there.
1:15 on the clock as Radel brings it across the timeline. Leaves it on the side with Miller. Miller looks in the corner to McMeekin. Finds the cutter to the basket. Shot up, no good, but a foul's whistled. And it'll be Reed Miller headed to the free throw line. This could be a big call against Altamont here in the first quarter.
And I'm going to give it to Nate Lurkins. I know what you were thinking,
Yeah.
but it wasn't Melville that picked it up. It was Lurkins, his first team third.
So at the line is Reed Miller, the 6-foot senior. Picks the first one up. It's around and off. No good. So the score remains 9-2 with 1:06 on the clock here in the first quarter. Reed Miller takes a few dribbles. Puts this free throw up. It's short. Rebound. Who's got it? Finally, Altamont's Lurkins. He was falling out of bounds, but he got it to Melville. Melville runs it up court, weaves through the defense, got to the right side, got the layup as he got fouled. Cade Melville has 4. He'll look for 5 at the stripe, and the lead for Altamont continues to grow with 58.4 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Cam Radel going to pick up that foul as Melville tries to go for the old-fashioned three-point play here. Now for Cumberland, it's just got to be a matter of settling back down a little bit. This has been difficult first quarter for them for any number of reasons.
Free throw for Melville is good. He has 5. Altamont will send into the game Zane Miller. He replaces Cooper Powell. 58.4 seconds on the clock, and Altamont leads 12-2. Bringing it up court is Reed Miller. Altamont switches defensively to a 1-3-1 look. Pirates trying to diagnose it. Radel playing catch out top with Miller. Bounces it back across to Miller. Back to Radel on the left side, but they're way out on the perimeter. Now he steps closer to the three-point arc. Radel steps into a 3 from about 2 or 3 feet from beyond the arc and buries it.
They needed that so bad.
30 seconds on the clock. Melville works it across to Miller. Miller drives into the lane. Zane steps back, puts up a shot. Harmon blocked it. Rebounds loose on the floor. It's grabbed by Stewart, and then Stewart's grabbed from behind by Johnson. And it'll be Cumberland ball to bring up the court with 22.4 seconds on the clock.
Stewart got 3 rebounds. Johnson's got 1 foul.
Altamont's Cooper McManaway is coming into the ball game. He is replacing Zane Miller. Meanwhile, Cooper Powell is on the Altamont bench getting attended to by the training staff. They're wrapping up a finger or two. Boy, a little miscommunication in backcourt, but the Pirates do control it at the timeline as they let it roll. Radel has it right side. Altamont's man-to-man as Lurkins is dealing with Radel. Lurkins fouls Radel as Radel made a quick move towards the baseline from the wing.
Well, that's Lurkins' second, and that's the 5th for Altamont. So Radel's going to shoot free throws here. Powell's is right back into the game. Lurkins going to have to sit with those 2 fouls.
Scorer's table informs the officials that there should be a couple of free throws here for Cumberland.
Looks like it's Wally Coulibaly that's doing the coaching now for Cumberland, by the way. He seems to be taking charge on the bench there. He's there on the end there, close to the scorer's table. But then there's Zach Walkie's over there as well.
Free throw on the way for Radel is good. Cameron has his 4th point of the night, makes it 12-6. And now Cade McMeekin will check back into the ball game. Who's he coming in for? It's going to be Chase Stewart with 9.6 seconds to play in the first quarter. So Radel at the line, puts that one up. It bounces around and comes off. No good. Melville the rebound. 8 seconds as he pushes it up the right side. Got bumped by Harmon at the timeline. And then they say it's out of bounds off of Melville. Wow. 3.8 seconds to play in the half, or in the quarter rather. And now we see another substitution as Stewart is back for McMeekin. Wow. Caleb Bierman going to trigger the inbound. Radel in backcourt with 3.8 seconds left. Gained some momentum as he got to the timeline. Now works to the right. Does he get a shot away at the buzzer? He does. Deep from the right wing. Left it short, and the quarter comes to a close. It's Altamont 12, Cumberland 6. Semifinals of the 90th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today. It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Spring registration is underway at Lakeland College. Apply today and prepare for a career or gain a new skill. Flexible schedules with in-person and online classes. Lakeland College. Education that fits your life.
VP Fire and Security wishes all the schools good luck at the tournament. Let us help keep your family safe and your business protected by providing a customized fire and security system. Play hard, stay safe.
626.
12-6 the score. Altamont leads Cumberland after one quarter, Dustin.
Yeah, Cumberland was 1 of 11 from the field in the first quarter, 1 of 4 at the free throw line, 1 for 6 on its threes. Altamont 4 of 11 from the floor, 4 of 6 at the line, didn't attempt the three-pointer. Out-rebounded Cumberland 10-7. 2 Altamont turnovers, Cumberland's 1.
Altamont inbounds in backcourt. They got it to Jacob Johnson, who hands it back to Cooper Powell. Powell's will work it against the man-to-man. Reed Miller picks him up as he crosses the timeline. They go high post to Johnson. He hands it to Melville, curling across to the top of the key. Now they get it back to McManaway. Left wing three online, and he buries it. Cooper McManaway has 8. Altamont has the 15-9 or 15-6 advantage. Bierman, as they push it up court, got it underneath the Vanetta, but he's underneath the basket. Works to the left side for a shot. Contested, left it short. Rebound Melville ahead to Johnson. Johnson under the Altamont basket. Flipped it back to Powell as he saved it in. Powell's laid it up and in on the right side. Altamont's up 11, their largest lead of the night of 17-6. Walking it up court is Radel to the right side. Brings it to the baseline. Rises on the jumper. Connects from 15. Tough shot. Cameron Radel got it. He has 6, making it 17-8. Altamont sorts out who they want to inbounds the ball against the pressure. It's Powell's, leaving it with McManaway. What a tough shot from Radel.
Very impressive. Good elevation from the baseline, falling away a little bit. Everything about that one was difficult.
McManaway on the right wing just hands it to Melville, who fires a deep three. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Vanetta. Vanetta to Bierman, up the left side. Waits for help, flips it back to Radel. Radel in the center circle. Calls out the play, goes right. They set him a screen. He takes it to the baseline. Now it's picked up by Bell. He circles it back out top, finds Miller. Miller cuts down the right side as he made a move to the basket. The help defense reached in, and there's a foul whistled against Altamont.
That's 24. That's Parker Bell picking up his first one of the quarter for the Indians.
So the officials are sorting something out. Cumberland doesn't have anybody on the free throw lane, but they don't have to.
Not for the first one anyway. I mean, they don't ever have to.
But Miller's free throw is up. It bounces and drops through. Reed Miller has 3.
They probably want to change that for the second free throw. I don't know.
So they will sit Jacob Johnson. Altamont, I believe, brought Zane Miller back into the ball game. Free throw with 6:27 on the second quarter clock is up. This one rattles around, and it's going to drop through as well. So Reed Miller with 4, and it's 17-10. Full court man-to-man again from Cumberland. Inbounds to Cooper Powell. He flips it back to Melville. Melville's going to work it up court against Bierman. He's in the center circle and flips it over to Powell's left wing. Powell says we need some movement here. Now he's just going to take it towards the baseline. Spins as he drew a crowd. Got it out to McManaway on the opposite wing. He drives to the baseline. Double team flashes at him. There's a bump and a foul. They just kind of kept knocking McManaway off of his position, and eventually a foul was called.
The thing is, you had him trapped. All you have to do is stand there and feel like Vanetta using his hands a little bit, pushing just a little bit, and eventually did too much, got called for the foul.
Inbounds from Miller to Melville. Melville catches in the right corner, can't get anything done, goes to Miller. Back out top to Bell. Bell around the defender to the right side. Good defense from the help side. Blocked Bell's shot, but he got his own rebound, put that one up. He's fouled. It didn't go, but Parker Bell will head to the charity stripe.
Reed Miller got the initial block, but Bell able to come right back down with his own rebound. Now he's going to go to the free throw line with a 7-point lead.
That was tremendous help defense initially by Miller.
Absolutely, but then at the end of the day, Vanetta picks up his second foul. All right down on this trip down the floor.
Free throw for Bell is up and good. As Parker has his first point of the night for the 6'2 junior. And now Vanetta does head to the bench. Was it Harmon who came in for him?
Yeah.
Can't believe I couldn't decide if Harmon was out there or not. 6'8" player is certainly a presence. Free throw this time is going all the way around the rim. Circles it a couple of times, but it dropped through for Parker Bell.
Took the tour, liked it so much that it took it again and then finally dropped.
19-10 the score. Altamont shows the 1-3-1 zone this time again. Miller skip pass over across to Chase Stewart. Stewart on the right side brings it back out top and leaves it with Radel. Radel directing some traffic back by the center circle on the timeline. Takes it to the left side. Leaves it over there with Miller. Back out top to Radel. Radel picks up his dribble. Skips it again over on the left wing to Miller. Miller, skip pass to the right corner. 3 on the way for number 3. It's buried for Chase Stewart. He knocks that down, and it's a 6-point game, 19-13.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Stewart that open. He's a heck of a three-point shooter.
5:10 on the clock as Miller has it out top for Altamont. Leaves it with Bell. Tried to drive the left baseline, cut off by Radel. Skip pass to the right side, McManaway. He's defended there by Stewart. McManaway swings into the lane, rises on the jumper. It's too strong. Rebounds on the floor. Melville's down there challenging 3 Cumberland Pirates, and we've got a whistle, and it's called a jump ball. Possession gives it to Cumberland.
Listen, I'm giving Caleb Bierman the defensive rebound there just because he ended up on the bottom of the pile of about 4 guys, and he had a hand on the basketball. So just for mixing it up, he gets one from me.
Melville was the one down there battling against the ball. Mm-hmm. He did a good job to force the jump. Altamont stays with the 1-3-1 as they've gone back to the starting lineup now as they sub Johnson back in. 4:45 on the clock. Radel has it left side of the top of the key. He gets a dribble over to the right side after a screen from Harmon. Now they bounce it down in the corner. A Stewart 3 on the way again. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Weak side rebound, Bierman. He shuffles it out to Miller. They get it to Radel. Top of the key 3. Rims out, no good. Rebound down there, and we've got a foul whistled, I do believe. It's going against Altamont as Miller was down there challenging Chase Stewart, and we'll see who picks up the foul. I believe it's Altamont.
Stewart came out of there with the basketball. They put the foul up for Zane Miller, first for him, second of the quarter for the Indians. So Stewart keeps the possession live for Cumberland. Now Miller takes the seat for Cumberland.
Inbounds goes in the corner to Bierman. Bierman fakes the handoff to Radel, now takes the right baseline, leaned into a defender, and a foul is whistled, and it's going against Altamont.
Well, that's going to be Jacob Johnson picking up a second personal. John Nieberge's turned to be a little frustrated with the call.
He shows the official that he thought it was a charge, but was not demonstrative about it.
Yeah, you know.
Caleb Bierman earns a trip to the line. Cumberland continues to try to claw their way back into this. They trailed by 11. That free throw now makes it 5. 19-14.
I think they've regained their composure a little bit. I think the first quarter was a challenge even before some of the things that happened there. Just in the environment, you know. It's a big crowd in here, very loud pro Altamont for the most part.
Free throw this time is good as well. Bierman hit them both. Blake Berg, number 35, into the ball game for Altamont. Sees his first action as Johnson has a seat. 4:18 on the clock as Melville walks it across the timeline. Got it high post to Berg. Berg goes to McManaway. Don't think that pass was for McManaway. I thought it was for Melville, but McManaway caught it because he kind of got in the way. 4:05 on the clock. McManaway on the dribble out top. Directs a little traffic. Now he hands it off to Melville. Takes the 3. Gets around the defender. Got to the basket. Scoop layup. No good. Rebound is fought for, and there's a jump ball. Nope, we're going to have a foul whistle, as it appears to be going against Cumberland this time.
Melville somehow able to stick his nose back in there and get his own miss after a pretty good take where he just couldn't quite finish. And then the foul goes against Reed Miller there. That's 2 for him, and Cumberland's going to get him out of the game as Chase Stewart's back into the action.
So with 3:54 on the clock here in the second quarter, Cooper Powell's will trigger the inbound. Looks for Melville on the wing. Out top, they got it to Bell. Bell moves to the elbow of the free throw line, threw a pass between teammates. Zane Miller was able to track it down before it got out of bounds along the sideline. He brings it over to Berg. Berg way out on the perimeter, finds Powell. Powell's on the right wing, brings it back out top. 3:35 on the second quarter clock. Powell works a little screen and roll with Berg. Now picks up his dribble and hands it to Berg on the wing, who gives it to Bell. Bell circles, now hands it off to Miller. Miller in the corner to Melville. Cade Melville steps back. They covered him up quickly. Got it to Miller on the baseline. To Powell's around to Bell. Bell fakes the three, steps into the lane, puts up the two. It's no good, but he got his own rebound, kicks it out to Powell, to Miller. The Miller's open for three. Zane's shot is off the mark. Berg tracks down the rebound along the sideline. Kicks it out to Melville. Melville takes it back to the basket. Works to the left side. Shot good.
Offensive rebounding was huge for Altamont last night, and that's a good trip for it there. And then Cooper Powell just strips the ball away.
And he got it to Melville. Melville ahead to Bell. Bell on the left side put up a shot. He got landed on.
Yeah.
And by Radel, as he was going up to block it, Bell hits the floor hard, as does Radel. And Bell's going to go to the line for a couple of free throws.
Everybody walks away from it. No worse for wear as far as I can tell, but Radel does have 2 fouls now. And before these free throws get shot, we're going to have a timeout.
60-second break as Cumberland calls the timeout with 2:53 to play in the second quarter. It's Altamont 21, Cumberland 15 in the semifinals of the 90th annual NTC tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. Call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240.
Good luck to all our area teams. From Air Evac 28 of Effingham, when seconds count, we're proud to stand with our community, committed to bringing life-saving emergency critical care transport to rural Americans. Stay safe and play hard.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of Success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
3 on the second quarter clock, 21-15. Altamont will shoot 2 free throws, leading by 6. First one for Parker Bell is on the way. It's good. Bell off the bench. He was a starter earlier in the season, but Coach Niebrugge switched things up, and both Powell and Bell seem to have responded well to these roles.
And he's been a great piece off the bench for sure as he misses the second free throw.
It hit the front of the rim, the backboard, the front of the rim came off, and the rebound to Zach Harmon. He leaves it with Reed Miller. Miller brings it across the timeline. Radel checked out after he committed that foul, by the way. So Miller gets it out top. They swing it around the perimeter. Powell's got into the passing lane to knock it out of bounds, so it stays with Cumberland along by the Altamont bench.
Altamont's been so good on that end of the floor, disrupting another passing lane. Cumberland keeps it, but they're having to work very hard for everything.
Bierman got it inbounded to Reed Miller. He handed it off to Chase Stewart over on the right wing. He backs away. He's out by the volleyball spike line and their out-of-bounds line. He gets a screen out top from Harmon, goes back off another screen, launches a three, no good. Melville kept the rebound alive and tapped it to Powell as Harmon was down there trying to get the board. Altamont walks it up court. Melville works to the left side. Tells Berg to set him a screen this way. He goes opposite of it. Flips it back to Berg. Top the key three. It's good. Blake Berg buries the jumper, giving Altamont the 10-point lead. 25-15 with 2 minutes to play in the first half. There's a crossover move. Nice move to get into the lane by Miller. He kicks it to Stewart in the corner for three. Big answer at a big time for Cumberland as Stewart knocks it down, making it 25-18. Melville runs it up court, puts on the brakes at the three-point arc, launches the shot. It's no good. Bell went for the rebound, but he was blocked out, pushed through McMeekin to try to get the board, and he's going to be called for the foul.
That's 2 for Parker Bell, 4 for Altamont this quarter.
Both coaching staffs are having to manage the foul situations a little bit for these teams now.
Yeah, Johnson, Lurkins, and Bell all with a couple for Altamont. Radel, Miller, and Vanetta all with 2 for Cumberland.
Radel is back out on the court. Miller's still out there as well as Cameron Radel takes it to the left wing with 1:30 on the clock. He brings it back out top to the top of the key, now matched up with Berg on the switch. Stops, pops, jumper from just beyond the free throw line is good.
Boy, his shot off the dribble, so good. Great body control, knocks that one down. Now he's got to be careful on the defensive end.
5-point ball game as Miller has it for Altamont. Looks to McManaway. He'll take the wing three, and he buries it. Cooper McManaway has 11. Altamont's back ahead by 8 with a minute on the clock. Stewart with it up in the corner. Back out top to Miller. Vanetta's posting up. He wanted it, but they didn't get him the ball. Miller instead went to the center circle as he's guarded by McManaway, who got tripped up, but he recovers. They get it out top to Stewart. Another three. It's off the rim. No good. Bierman hustles into the corner and saves it beautifully off of Zane Miller. And Cumberland keeps the possession to inbounds from the deep in the sideline.
Bierman's got 4 offensive rebounds with that one, and before we do anything else, looks like we've got an Altamont timeout.
44.9 seconds on the clock. It's Altamont 28, Cumberland 20. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
Get ready for tournament time. T-Topolis State Bank is proud to support local basketball and our hometown teams. With convenient locations in Effingham, T-Topolis, and Sigel, we're cheering with you every step of the way. T-Topolis State Bank, equal housing lender and member FDIC. Good luck, teams.
Cold outside? At McMahon Meats, we have a convenient drive-up window so you can stay in your warm car while we do the shopping. Call ahead at 217-813-6054. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
.9 seconds on the clock. It'll be Cumberland inbounding the ball after they saved it with a great hustle down there, but they have to inbound from deep in the corner along the sideline, but it's a tricky spot. But Radel will be asked to trigger the inbounds as they put the players in motion. Stewart pops free, and he catches the pass. They work it around the perimeter. They got it to Miller. He drives in, shot up, blocked from behind by Cade Melville, and the rebound to Zane Miller. And credit Zane Miller for providing the help defense to make that shot difficult and allowing Melville to recover. Melville crosses the timeline with 25 seconds on the clock. Altamont leading by 8. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see him hold to the last shot. Melville backs away, so a new 5-count starts. Now from the center circle, he got it to Zane Miller. Zane Miller holds. Now hands it off to Cooper Powell. Powell circles into the lane, now brings it back out with 8 seconds to McManaway. McManaway from the center circle bowls his way towards the basket on the left side. Got to the hoop, put the shot up. It's no good. It was contested by a couple of Cumberland Pirates. And the rebound to Cumberland, they threw it the length of the court. Shot was way off. Not sure it was in time either way, as the half sees Altamont go into the locker room with a 28-20 advantage over the top seed Cumberland Pirates here at the 90th edition of the National Trail Conference Tournament. We'll come back with the Compass Advisory Group halftime show with a lot of stats from Dustin, some scores from the area, and a lot to talk about here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
The attorneys and staff of Taylor Law Offices welcome the teams and players to the National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. Taylor Law Offices hopes that everyone enjoys the competition.
Every pass, every play, every moment. Powered by speed you can trust. American Fiber Network, your local internet service provider. Proudly supporting area schools and wishing all the teams the best of luck this week. Call them today, 217-367-1578.
While the action heats up on the court, take a charge against pests driving into your home. Arab Termite and Pest Control keeps the defense up to protect your investment from any unwanted pests all season long. See a bug? Call Arab. Protecting your home is always a slam dunk.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Diedrich Bank.
This is the Compass Advisory Group halftime show. 30 years of experience helping clients grow and protect their wealth. Call Kirk Strohmeyer at 217-347-9697. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hi, this is Beth from Andy's Health Mart Pharmacy. At Andy's, we go above and beyond to offer you the friendly and knowledgeable support you deserve. We make managing your health easier with a variety of personalized services. It's what community is all about. Andy's Health Mart Pharmacy, Experience the difference. Visit us at 805 West Fayette in Effingham. HealthMart, taking the time to listen and care.
Penny's Health Mart Pharmacy, built on trust and family.
Good recovery by Gale back at the studios, as just had a little communication issue, but we are back with you here at the half. It is Altamont 28, Cumberland 20 in the third and final game of the night here at the 90th annual edition of the National Trail Conference Tournament. Been an interesting half, to say the least. Altamont jumped out to a big lead, led by as many as 10 in the first quarter, and finished that period up 12-6 as things evened out there in that second quarter. Altamont did build the lead up to 11 at one point, but Altamont outscored Cumberland 16-14 for the 28-20 halftime advantage. You can hear the drum line entertaining the crowd here as, boy, what a big crowd it's been. What a loud gym it's been here in this semifinal matchup, and that's what you expect from the National Trail Conference. Dustin's working on some team stats. Let's send it over to him for those numbers. Dustin?
Cumberland shot 23.8% in the first half. Pirates 5 of 21 from the field, 5 out of 8 at the free throw line, 62.5% there. And they made a quarter of their three-pointers, 3 out of 12 from beyond the arc. Altamont, 37.5% shooting from the field, 9 out of 24, 7 of 10, 70% at the free throw line. And they picked and chose from three-point range and made half of them, 3 out of 6 from the three-point range. Altamont out rebounded Cumberland 17-15, and the turnovers were not a huge part of the story. 2 turnovers each for each of these teams. And maybe our favorite stat, Caleb Moody just let me know that he and Liz are taking care of the live stream. 600-plus viewers right now for this game, so a lot of local interest from this game. Glad to know you're all out there paying attention to what is a pretty good semifinal game between Altamont and Cumberland. Those are your team stats. I'll get you the individual numbers in a little bit.
All right. Well, we'll take a 60-second break and come back with those numbers, check scores from the area, and get back for the second half of action of Altamont and Cumberland. It's Altamont 28, Cumberland 20 at the 90th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Diedrich Bank is proud to be a sponsor of the NTC tournament. Good luck to all of our area teams. Diedrich Bank, live for today, bank for tomorrow, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today. It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Visit us today or at wrightsfurniture.com.
All right, back at Altamont, fourth seeded Altamont Indians leading the top seed Cumberland Pirates 28-20 at halftime at this 90th annual National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. And looking at Altamont's individual statistics, Cooper McManaway leads at halftime with 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 for 2 on his three-pointers. He also made the only free throw he shot and has 3 rebounds. Cade Melville, 7 points on 2 of 7 shooting. He's 0 for 2 from three-point range, 3 out of 5 at the line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a couple of block shots for Cade. 3 points for Parker Bell off of the bench. He's 0 for 4 from the field, but 3 out of 4 at the line. 3 points, 2 rebounds for him. Blake Berg has got 3 points. He took a 3 and made it in the second quarter. That's the only shot he has put up. So he's got 3. Cooper Powell's 2 points. He's 1 for 1 from the field. He's got a rebound. And Jacob Johnson 1 for 1 from the field. 2 points and a board for him. Zane Miller yet to score. He's 0 for 3 shooting the ball. 0 for 1 from three-point range. He does have 3 rebounds and an assist. Nate Lurkins also has a rebound in the game for the Indians. For Cumberland, Cameron Radle's 8 points are leading the pack. He's 3 out of 6 from the field, 1 for 4 from three-point range, 1 out of 2 at the line. 6 points for Chase Stewart. He's made 2 3-pointers out of 7 attempts. That's all the shots he's taken in this game. They've all been from beyond the arc. So he's 2 for 7. He's got 4 rebounds. Reed Miller, 4 points. 1 of 4 from the field. 0 for 1 on his threes. 2 for 4 at the free throw line. 1 rebound, 2 assists for him. And then Caleb Bierman, 2 points. 0 for 2 from the field. 2 out of 2 at the line. 5 rebounds for him. 4 offensive. Isaac Vanetta, 0 for 1 from the field. He's yet to score. He's got a rebound. Zach Harmon, 0 for 1 from the field. He's got a rebound and a blocked shot. And Cade McMeekin hasn't shot the ball yet, but he has blocked a shot, and he's got 2 rebounds for the Cumberland Pirates. I believe Bryson Weber also might have seen a little bit of first-half action for Cumberland as they had quarters of 6 and 14 for their 20 points. Altamont quarters of 12 and 16 for its 28. It's an 8-point Indian lead as the teams have come out from halftime here, getting set for the second half at Altamont.
Neither team had a long speech from their coach as they both emerged from the locker room with about 4 minutes showing on the clock. Right now, let's take a check of scores from around the area with Gail.
All right, in girls basketball tonight in the Apollo Conference, Effingham defeated Charleston 83-18. In the National Trail Conference, it was Windsor Stewart Strasburg over Cowden-Herrick Beecher City 51-44. In non-conference play in girls basketball, North Clay edged out Sandoval 44-28. In the junior high realm of basketball, in the Class 8-3A Robinson Nuttall Regional, it was Chitopolis defeating Marshall 44-11, and Robinson Nuttall edged out Lawrenceville Parkview just by 2 points. It was 44-42. And if you'd like to know, the Fighting Illini are winning, and it's 1 minute to go till halftime. The Fighting Illini 30, Washington Huskies 26.
All right, thank you very much, Gail. We appreciate your work back at the studios, and here at the half, it's 28-20. Altamont leads in this semifinal matchup here tonight. As earlier tonight, it was a win for St. Elmo Brownstown over Cowden-Herrick Beecher City by a score of 50-46. And North Clay pulled away late in the second half for a victory over Neoga. The North Clay will be in the consolation championship game. That comes your way as the second game Saturday. Neoga will be in the opener at 11:30 Saturday morning. And that session of 3 games Saturday with that 7th place game, the consolation game, and the 3rd place game. And, of course, we'll have 2 more games for you tomorrow night, consolation semifinal and then championship semifinal, as South Central plays Windsor Stew Straws in the consolation bracket at the opener at 6:15. And St. Anthony and Dietrich will then decide who plays either Altamont or Cumberland in the championship and in the 3rd place games.
We're just about ready to go in this second half. You know, Cumberland got some pretty good looks from 3 that didn't go down in the first half. They're really going to need a few of those to fall if they want to cut into this 8-point deficit here.
Altamont has the ball to start the second half of action. We notice a little change to the lineup for Cumberland as they come on the court. Meanwhile, Altamont hands it to Miller. Miller works down the right side, took it in tough, got a strong shot at the bucket, and somehow Zane Miller got that to go for his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, Zach Harmon out there to start for Cumberland. Didn't start this game, but started in the second half.
Quick move to the right side of the lane. A little runner, no good for Reed Miller. There's a rebound for Altamont. Zane Miller hands it to Melville. Pushes it up the right side. Left it with Powles. He's open for 3. Shot from the right side at the top of the key. No good. Weak side rebound to Radel. He gets it up court quickly to Stewart. Stewart back to Radel at the top of the key. It's a little screen from Harmon. Takes it to the lane. Shuffles it beautifully over to Caleb Bierman for the right side layup. And it's now 30-22.
Little no-look action across the lane there. That was pretty.
7:05 on the 3rd quarter clock as Zane Miller sets the offense. Works to the right side. Now has picked up his dribble on the wing. Finds Powell. Powell's on the right wing. Works into the lane. Dumps it underneath to Johnson. Johnson put up a shot. He was hit on that attempt by Harmon. And heading to the free throw line is Jacob Johnson.
Harmon's first. Obviously the first team foul for the Pirates here. Just over a minute into the second half.
So we saw Johnson take advantage of a lot of those type of opportunities late last night against North Clay to really kind of seal the deal. And Altamont looked for him there. Free throw is up. It's around and off. No good. So the score remains 30-22 with just over a minute played here in the 3rd quarter. Johnson takes a few dribbles, spins it in his hand, now puts this one up. It looks good, and it is. Johnson has 3, and it's 31-22. Altamont again leads by 9. 6:50 on the clock. Altamont shows the 1-3-1 zone look. Now they drop into a 2-3 after they get it across the timeline. Altamont switching the defenses up tonight as Radel works it from the center circle. Now they go on the side to Stewart. Oh, they get it inside as Reed Miller caught the pass. Harmon cleared him a lane, and Miller stuck it up and in.
Yep, Red Sea parted. Drove a truck through that hole, and he drove it in for 2 points.
31-24 as Melville has the top of the key. Works it to Miller. Miller hands it off to McManaway left side. Fakes, now drives into the lane. Radel right with him, shuts him off. Needs some help, flips it to Melville, top of the key. Melville works down the left side, got into the paint, puts up a tough floater, and got it to go. Cade Melville with 9 makes it 33-24 with 6 minutes showing on the third quarter clock. Altamont with the lead, Cumberland with the ball. Radel hands it off to Stewart. Stewart got it out top to Bierman. Bierman works it over to Miller, and on the handoff, we've got a foul whistled and have to sort this out.
That's going to go, that's against Cumberland. That's an offensive foul. That's going against Caleb Bierman. So he's got his first foul, second of the quarter for the Pirates, and a turnover as well.
5:49 to play on the clock. Altamont has it to inbounds, basically at the timeline. They lob it to the free throw line of Cumberland for McManaway. He'll bring it across on the right side of the court. Wants to, well, thought he was going to get it to Melville, but instead kept the dribble. Now picks it up, needs some help on the wing. Got a move for him, and now he bounces it out top to Johnson. Johnson works at the Powell's left side. Powell's out top to Miller. Zane puts it on the floor, works around Bierman, got underneath, forces up a shot. It's no good, but he's fouled as Caleb Bierman bumped him from behind on the attempt, and going to the line is Altamont once again.
Well, Bierman a couple of quick fouls here in the second half. He's up to 2. That's 3 team fouls for Cumberland already. Just 2.5 minutes into the half here.
So Zane Miller's gone on the attack here a few times in this second half of action. He scores 10 a night for Altamont, just hasn't got on track in the tournament. That free throw, oh man, it took the circuitous route as they spun around and around and around and finally dropped through.
I was going to say, that was 3 resolutions, I believe.
Substitution there, but I didn't see it. I apologize. It looks like Cade McMeekin's back out onto the court for Cumberland.
Stewart sat down.
Thank you. Free throw for Miller is good. He hit them both. He has 4. Altamont's up 11, 35-24, matching their largest lead of the night. Bierman has it on the left side. Ball got knocked loose, but it's picked up by Stewart out top. He leaves it top of the key to Vanetta. Vanetta to Stewart, off the Radel. Radel around the screen, picked up by Melville now at the top of the key. Radel squares up for a deep 3. It's off the heel of the rim, no good. Zane Miller the rebound. Leaves it with McManaway. He pushes up the left side. Wanted to get it across the lane to Johnson. Pass was behind him, and it's out of bounds off of Altamont.
Altamont's first turnover. Also their first turnover since the first quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't turn over in the second period. They've only got 3 for the game.
That is impressive, considering what's been going on this court tonight.
That's 3 turnovers for each team, so they're taking care of the ball.
I guess that's why you're a top seed in this conference.
Suppose so.
Pirates bring it across the timeline. They've got it with Miller on the right wing now. He skips it to the left side. Stewart catches, fires a 3. It rattles out. Rebound. Melville tracks it down in the corner for Altamont. Leaves it with Powell. Powell had a little trouble, but he got the pass away just in time to McManaway. Cooper to Cooper as McManaway brings it to the right side. Wanted to hand it to Melville. Vanetta wouldn't allow it. Finally, they do flip it to Melville. Now Melville out to Miller. Zane drives in the lane. Shot no good. Johnson an offensive rebound. He puts it up and in. He has 5. Altamont's up 37-24, and Cumberland's taking a 30-second timeout. 4:16 to play in the third quarter. It's Altamont 37, Cumberland 24. NTC action on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Hello, Jake. VP Fire and Security wishes all the schools good luck at the tournament. Let us help keep your family safe and your business protected by providing a customized fire and security system. Play hard, stay safe.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
4:16 left to play in the third quarter. Altamont leads 37-24. Altamont takes this opportunity to give Cade Melville a breather as they are running with McManaway, Powell, Johnson, Miller, and Bell.
Yeah, you're in a good spot if you're Altamont. You're up 13 points. You're not in cruise control or anything like that against a very good Cumberland team, but a little bit of a cushion there, and you can afford to maybe give Melville a little breather before the fourth quarter.
Altamont picks up man-to-man at the half-court line. Radel brings it to the right wing, sends it out top to Stewart. Stewart moves to the left side of the top of the key. Got a screen from Harmon, but lost the ball. McManaway dove for it as Stewart picked it back up. McManaway knocks it out of bounds, but that's a good effort by the Indians there.
Diving after that ball, giving up the body for a chance at a turnover, and didn't quite make it work, but still great hustle.
Just over halfway through the third quarter, the Pirates look to set the offense. Miller steps into the passing lane, knocks it loose. Radel knocked it away from him, and it's going to go to Altamont. Honestly, from my vantage point, it sure looked like Miller would have touched it last.
They're going to overturn this.
But they are overturning it.
That's the right call. They got it right.
If there's no foul involved, then that's the right call. That's how they ruled it. 3:49 on the third quarter clock. Cumberland 37-24. They trail Altamont as they work the offense with Radel crossing the center circle. Altamont man-to-man. They get it over on the side to Stewart. Stewart dribbles to the baseline, takes it all the way in, tried to shuffle a pass. Eventually it made it to McMeekin. Altamont closed on him. He shuffled it in the lane to Vanetta. Vanetta put up a shot from short range, missed it short. Harmon and Johnson tie each other up for the rebound. Possession arrow keeps it with Cumberland. Radel looks to trigger the inbounds from the baseline. Gets it quickly in the corner to Stewart. He fires the three. It's short. Long rebound. Stewart got to it. He's going to fire another right wing three. This one short. Another long rebound. Radel has it out top. He brings it over to the right side. Almost slipped the foot out of bounds, but he kept it in barely. Now works to the top of the key. He fires the three. It's no good. This long rebound to Altamont's Zane Miller.
They are 0 for 5 from 3 in the quarter, 3 for 17 in the game.
Altamont pushed it ahead to McManaway. The Pirates got back defensively, so the Indians settled down. As McManaway, though, has picked up his dribble, needs some help. Got it out top to Powell. Powell's guarded closely by Radel. Got it to McManaway again on the wing, and he's picked up by Radel on the switch. Bell comes across. Now McManaway moves to the right side. They get it to Miller on the block. Zane backs in. Defender fell down. Miller kicks it over to Bell. Bell fakes the three, works into the lane. Short jumper, no good. Indians battle each other for the rebound. McManaway's on the floor with it, and they said he stood up enough to cause a travel. Wasn't sure how they would rule that, to be honest, but with 2:35 on the clock, John Niebrugge saying, I was asking for a timeout while my players were on the floor. Nobody granted it to him, and they thought he wanted a timeout now, which he does not.
Well, if you give him the travel, you got to give him the offensive rebounds. He's got 4 rebounds, but Altamont does have 2 turnovers in the quarter.
And we've said it a lot lately. Not all turnovers are created equal.
Sure thing.
Altamont makes the substitution as the Pirates get the ball inbounded as Nate Lurkins is back into the ball game.
They got Melville back in too, right?
Yep, there he is.
And Reed Miller back in for Cumberland.
Handing it off to Miller. He has it on the left wing, bounces it baseline to Stewart. Stewart circles it to the perimeter, and Miller again now at the top of the key. Works it down the right side of the lane, handed it to Radel. Radel a little trouble with the catch. Got it under the control, got it across the lane with a nice pass to Isaac Vanetta. He dove in for a shot, got hit on it, and he goes to the line for a pair as that one hit the front of the rim, the back of the rim, and just fell off.
Boy, a lot of good passing happening under the basket there, too, and not a lot of room to maneuver, not a lot of space to hit those passes through, but Cumberland does a good job. 3rd foul of the game for Nate Lurkins.
Free throw on the way for Vanetta is good. He has his first point of the night. And Caleb Bierman will check in. Checking out is Harmon. 2:05 to play in the third quarter. Altamont leads 37-25. Vanetta takes a few dribbles, puts the free throw up. It's nothing but net. He has 2. Cumberland's going to some full court pressure. It's a man-to-man, so they inbound to Melville and just let it clear out and bring it up against Bierman.
That's what I would do.
He brings it to the right side, bounces it for Miller, way out on the wing, challenged by Vanetta. They get it out top to Lurkins. Now over to Powell's left side, extended. Back out top to Bell. Bell fakes the three, drives into the lane. Contact, no call as Bell hit the floor. Apparently they say Cumberland was straight up defensively. The ball just flew out of bounds. It's off of Altamont.
Is that a shot or is that just a turnover? I don't know.
I would tend to say turnover.
I think so, too. Just kind of ran into the guy and lost his footing, lost the ball out of bounds. You could parse whether it's a foul or not, but I think in that case, with no call, it's a turnover.
So Radel has it on the wing, brings it out top for Altamont with 1:30 on the clock. It's 37-26. Altamont leading by 11. Radel still out top, works against Lurkin, sidesteps for a three. It's an air ball. The rebound saved on the baseline, though, nicely by Stewart. He brought it back out top to Radel. Radel knifes in for a scoop layup, avoids the defense somehow and got it to go.
That was good.
Altamont runs it up court, but now they slow down as the Pirates are back defensively with 1:05 on the clock. Miller out top, got around a man, got to the basket. Right side layup, good. He's fouled.
Yeah, he just got a step around the corner on Vanetta there, and Isaac tried to recover, tried to challenge the shot, but couldn't close that space in time to do anything but foul him as he made the shot. And now it's a chance for a three-point play off of Isaac Vanetta's third foul and Cumberland's fourth of the quarter.
Cooper Powles is going to catch a break with 1:01 showing on the third quarter clock as Cooper McManaway replaces him. Wayne Miller's going to try to convert a three-point play. As the free throw is up, it's off the rim and no good. Radel grabs the rebound for Cumberland. Runs it to the timeline. Altamont picks up in the man-to-man. Radel got a screen. Now he works against Melville. Got a screen again. Lurkin picks him up on the switch. He backs away. Asks for Stewart, or rather Miller, to come get it. Miller now has it in the center circle. The Radel left wing. He's going to quickly fire a three, and it's good. Boy, he wasn't looking at the rim, and then all of a sudden set up and shot it and buried it. It's an 8-point game with 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Melville crosses the timeline. Challenged out there by Vanetta, but kept the dribble alive. Now works around him, got to the left side, gets in for the shot. He got it to go as he's fouled. Cade Melville showed some strength there as he got the bucket to push the lead to 10 and will look for more at the free throw line.
Stewart was just giving ground the whole time as Melville drove on him and gets the foul called on him. Pretty good finish for Cade. Now a chance for a three-point play for him. Altamont's going to get Cooper Powles back in the game. Lurkin takes a seat.
Powles, a premier defender. 21 seconds to play in the third quarter after catching a breather. Comes back in. 41-31 the score. Altamont with the lead. Melville's free throw is on the way. It's off the front of the rim, no good.
Missed a few more than usual tonight.
Rebound to Cameron Radel. 15 seconds left. He's still not across the timeline. They set in a 1-4 high, extended across the free throw line. Now Radel moves to the right side. The players go in motion. Radel crosses over, gets into the lane, dumps it down to Vanetta. Challenged at the rim by Melville. Shot blocked. Vanetta got the rebound, puts it up and in at the buzzer. Credit Isaac Vanetta for staying with the play, getting the ball, and putting it up and in, drawing Cumberland within 8 as the quarter came to a close. After 3, it's Altamont 41, Cumberland 33. NTC tournament action on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. Call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240.
Good luck to all our area teams. From Air Evac 28 of Effingham, when seconds count, we're proud to stand with our community, committed to bringing life-saving emergency critical care transport to rural Americans. Stay safe and play hard.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
Teams played to an even 13-13 third quarter. Dustin has the numbers.
For Altamont, 5 out of 8 from the field. They were 3 for 4 at the free throw line. 0 for 1 from three-point range. Cumberland 5 of 14 from the field, 2 out of 2 at the line, 1 of 7 on its threes, although it did make the last one it took. So there you go.
Altamont has the ball to start the quarter. They've worked 15 seconds off the clock as they still have a 5-out setup on the perimeter. Melville and Miller playing catch out top. Miller got a Melville screen as he brings it to the right side. Now has picked up his dribble on the wing, leaves it with McManaway. McManaway got into the lane, lost the handle, though. The help defense came to knock it loose. Turnover for the Indians as the Pirates push it up the right side. Altamont back defensively, though, as Cumberland sets the offense with Reed Miller on the dribble. Looks to Radel on the wing, but Powell's knocked it away. Powell thought he had hit it off of Radel, tried to convince the ref of it anyway, but the ref said, nope, it's off of Altamont. 7:16 on the clock. Inbounds goes in the corner to Chase Stewart. He looks to the block. They find Vanetta posting up, put up a shot as Melville blocked it, and then came down and hit Vanetta on the knee and caromed out of bounds. Melville's a better shot blocker than what you might think when you just look at it.
Well, it's 4 times he's done it tonight. He had a handful the other last night, too.
He uses that quickness, athleticism, and really understands where that's going to be coming from.
Also helps to have really long arms.
Yeah. McManaway out top. Had a little trouble with the dribble. Got it back. Now gets it knocked loose again. 2 straight turnovers for Altamont as the Pirates bring it up court. Trailing by 8 with 6:50 on the clock. Radel backs out, though. Credit Altamont for preventing any fast break opportunities. Radel got a screen. McManaway stayed with him. Now Radel got a step, got into the lane. Miller knocks it loose with the help defense, and Powell picks it up. To Melville ahead to McManaway. He's on the left wing. He drives inside. Ball got stripped, and it's out of bounds as McManaway took it to the basket. Cumberland knocked it away again, but this time it stays with Altamont.
Zach Harmon going to check in for Cumberland off the bench. They're also going to get Cade McMeekin in the game. Vanetta takes a seat. Who else? Stewart's going to sit down.
6:30 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Altamont leads 41-33. They're looking to trigger the inbound. Powell has got no one really moving for him. Finally, he got it to Bell, who just barely had a step on Radel. Bell on the wing, gets it out top to Miller. Miller from the top of the key, puts it on the floor, working on Harmon. Gets in, leans in, tough shot, no good. McManaway secures the rebound, and then he's fouled from behind as Altamont got to the offensive glass once again.
3 offensive rebounds for Cooper McManaway, 5 total rebounds in the game to go with his 11 points. He's about attempted a shot here in the second half, but does some good work on the glass there.
Powell's looking, has to fire it out top to Bell from the baseline, who flips it over to Melville. Melville just off the side of the center circle on the left side for Altamont, brings it to the wing, still has the dribble going, as now he's picked it up and looks to the right side for Zane Miller. Zane Miller backs away, now asks for Coach Niebrugge's advice, and now takes it again towards the right wing, leaves it with Powell. Powell from the right side with the left-hand dribble, gets across the top of the key, and now flips it out to McManaway. McManaway to Miller. Miller works on Harmon, took it to the basket. Harmon challenged the shot, got him with the body. Miller's going to the basket again, creates more opportunities for Altamont.
What I think that John Niebrugge wanted Zane to do was attack the basket that first time, but the side wasn't cleared out, so they reset things, cleared that right side of the floor, and then gave Miller the chance to go right back at Harmon again. Picked up Harmon's second foul and gets himself to the free throw line.
So it's still 41-33 with over 2 minutes played in the fourth quarter. Nobody had scored until that free throw went up and in for Zane Miller. He has 7, and there's substitutions both ways again.
Spearman sits for Vanetta on the Cumberland side of things. I saw that sitting down with Cooper McManaway for Altamont. Who they get back in there?
I believe Jacob Johnson or Parker Bell. They're both out there, along with Miller, Powell, and Melville. As Zane Miller hits that free throw, he has 8, and the lead is 10 again for Altamont. 43-33. 5:35 on the fourth quarter clock as Stewart looks to set the offense. Managed that rather Reed Miller. He bounces it to Vanetta. Wanted to go inside to Harmon. The pass was tipped away. Powell's on the weak side, grabbed the loose ball. Second turnover for Cumberland. Altamont gets it ahead to Bell on the right side. Pirates back defensively. He goes back to Melville. Now in the lane to Miller. Dumped it underneath to Johnson. Johnson spins, puts a little shot up, got it to go. Harmon tried to get there, but he was a little too late, and Altamont leads by 12. 5:05 on the clock. Stewart handling on the perimeter. Melville reached up and grabbed him.
He knew it.
Yep.
But that's only his second. Remember, he got an early one in this game, and then there was some concern on Altamont's part that he had picked up a second. It ended up going against Lurkins instead, and then he's played clean the rest of the way until now.
5:04 on the clock. Radel inbounds from the sideline. They find Stewart. He's open in the corner. 3 on the way, no good. Manetta, the offensive rebound in a crowd, muscles his way through it, looks into the corner. 3 on the way for Reed Miller is no good, as he didn't connect with anything, and Powell's grabbed the board.
Cumberland generally shoots the 3 a lot better than they have tonight. It's been a struggle.
Miller with it along the sideline, hands it back to Melville. Way out on the left wing, gets a lane to the basket, cut off in the paint, sends it out to Bell. Bell in the corner, spun his way from the baseline into the lane. Again,
it's a good decision.
Help defense, shut him off. Just kick it out. That's what they did.
Don't have to force anything up 12.
Now Melville spotted a lane to the basket, got to the right side, scoop layup, no good. Rebound Pirates, they push it up court in a hurry. Chase Stewart, or Reed Miller rather, ran it up court. Zane Melville was under the right side of the basket, just waiting for him. Took the hit, took the charge, as that's a foul and a turnover against Cumberland.
Third turnover and third foul for Reed Miller. Put a star next to Zane Miller's name for taking that charge. Saw that coming, but boy, he had a head of steam build up. Knew it wasn't going to feel good, stood his ground anyway.
McManaway back onto the floor for Altamont as Melville crosses the timeline, leaves it with Miller in the center circle. Matched up this time with Chase Stewart. He takes it to the right side, takes it to the basket. Zane Miller's the matchup Altamont wants in this second half, and he's paying dividends with 10 points this half. Across the lane, it's the Pirates. They get it back out top. Handling there down the right side is Reed Miller as he spun to the basket. What a tough shot, and he got it to go.
Good move there.
Altamont looks at some full court man-to-man once again as the inbounds to McManaway, picked up by Radel. 3:44 on the clock as McManaway gets to the timeline. Now at the center circle, hands it off to Miller. Miller now has Radel on him, and Miller rips through. Radel reaches in, and there's a Pirate personal.
3 for Radel. Third team foul for the Pirates. No, fourth team foul.
Altamont leading 47-35. The 12-point advantage with 3:36 on the clock. McMeekin's going to check back into the game as Cade will replace Reed Miller. And remember, Reed Miller missed last night's game with sickness. He played a ton of minutes tonight for Cumberland and played well. 47-35 with 3:33 on the clock. Inbounds in backcourt. Miller has it. Got away from Radel. Brings it up to McManaway. McManaway fakes the 3. Spots the lane to the basket, but McMeekin reaches up and gets the steal. Ahead to Bierman. Bierman on the left side. Spins into the lane. Puts up a shot over Melville and got it to go. Boy, a big trip there for Cumberland. As Altamont was headed to the basket, Cumberland took the ball away and got the bucket to pull within 10. Melville working it up court against Bierman. Bierman all over him. Melville's double team, saw it coming, got it to Miller. Miller took it to the basket and then tried to dump it down to Johnson, but the pass was right at his feet and got through the legs of Johnson out of bounds for Altamont's fourth turnover of the fourth quarter.
They had 5 in the whole game coming into this fourth quarter, so that's a pretty big number for them, and just kind of leaving that door cracked for Cumberland right now with 3 minutes left.
Cumberland rushed it up to McMeekin. Defensive confusion for Altamont as nobody knew who was supposed to guard him. The 3 was off the mark, but then a battle for the board, and apparently Altamont got called for a push underneath there.
That's going to be Zane Miller picking up his second, Altamont's second.
So it'll be Reed Miller looking to set the inbounds from the baseline. They pop Vanetta free on the opposite block. He works for a shot. Johnson recovers to knock it away. It's out of bounds, though, to Cumberland once again. Boy, Altamont's blocked a ton of shots tonight.
They sure have.
Reed Miller looking to find somewhere to inbound it to. Still looking. Has to go all the way out top to Radel. Radel with 2:48 on the clock. Gets a little screen from Vanetta. Now Vanetta rolls to the hoop. Draws the defense as they pass it to him. He kicks it out to McMeekin. And Cade McMeekin's first points of the ball game draws Cumberland within 7 with 2:35 on the clock. Full court pressure. Oh, a dangerous pass knocked away by Radel. And it's out of bounds. It stays with Altamont. That pass was pretty weak. And Altamont's lucky to have possession, and I think John Nieberge knows it as well. He takes the timeout with 2:31 to play in the ball game. It's Altamont 47, Cumberland 40. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Get ready for tournament time. Teutopolis State Bank is proud to support local basketball and our hometown teams. With convenient locations in Effingham, Teutopolis, and Sigel, we're cheering with you every step of the way. Teutopolis State Bank, equal housing lender and member FDIC. Good luck, teams.
Cold outside? At McMahon Meats, we have a convenient drive-up window so you can stay in your warm car while we do the shopping. Call ahead at 217-813-6054. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
On the fourth quarter clock, Altamont, the 4 seed, looking to upset the top-seeded Cumberland Pirates, but we've said it several times, the 1 through 5 seeds about as close as you could seed teams in this conference this season.
It'd be an upset on paper if Altamont holds on here, but not an upset in terms of talent. I just don't think there's a whole lot separating them. Like you just said, you could have really just drawn names out of the hat, and I wouldn't have been surprised how it turns out. You know, there's nothing, not to trivialize these games, of course, but it's kind of going how I expected it would. A nice tight battle, and really Altamont's living by how they got out to the start. Like, they're out front by 7 right now. You can pretty much attribute all of that to the first few minutes of this game.
Altamont inbound, facing some pressure to Melville. They're chasing him. He's double teamed. Got it back to Miller. Miller to Melville. They got to get it across the line. Melville does just in time. 2:21 on the clock. All of a sudden, Melville from the center circle looks underneath. There's Jacob Johnson sticking it up and in.
Deja vu.
He has 9. The lead is 9. Radel up court. Ball batted away by Powell. Everybody from Altamont thought it was clean, but the official said no, and it'll be out of bounds to Cumberland along the sideline.
Cooper Powell's first foul. 3 team fouls for the Indians. Keeps it on Cumberland's end of the floor with 2:09 to go.
Cumberland trying to sort out who they want to inbound. It'll be Reed Miller from the sideline in front of their bench. Radel curls off a screen, catches on the left elbow of the free throw line. Hands it off to Vanetta, who circles in, leaves it with Harmon. Harmon had his shot blocked from behind as Melville provided the help defense and got the rebound. Ahead to Miller, to McManaway, left corner, under 2 minutes to play. Melville's calling for it back, but McManaway thought it was too long of a pass to make. He slips, falls down, kept the dribble alive, and before he got tied up, John Nieberge took a timeout, and it was granted. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well with 1:49 to play in the ball game. It's Altamont 49, Cumberland 40 on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
The attorneys and staff of Taylor Law Offices welcome the teams and players to the National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. Taylor Law Offices hopes that everyone enjoys the competition.
Altamont will inbounds from the baseline. They lead 49-40. John Nieberge didn't like how that play was developing with McManaway trapped down in the corner.
Can't say I blame him.
Had timeouts to use, and why not take his final 30 of the ball game? The minute 49's on the clock. Powell slips the inbounds to Melville. He's immediately double-teamed in the corner, but he does stay strong, finds Miller. Miller hassled, hands it back off to Melville, clears it to McManaway. McManaway way out on the perimeter at the center circle, gets it to Miller. Minute 36 on the clock. There's a reach and a foul, and this will send Altamont to the line, right?
Yeah, and it's also it's the 15th foul for Cumberland, and it's also Cameron Radel's 4th. So they're going to be, they're going to have to foul to stop the clock, and it's going to have to be somebody else besides their leading scorer if they want to keep him out in the action, obviously.
So back to the line is Zane Miller. He has 10 points in the ball game. Free throw up, rattles home. He has 11 now. He has 14 points in the tournament, 3 the other night, and 11 here in the second half. And the game playing at halftime had to have been Zane, take it to the basket.
Yep.
And he obliged. Free throw on the way is good. He connects again. He has 12. Altamont leads 11. Cooper Powell is trying to deny Radel the ball as they have to get it to Miller, who brings it across the timeline. Now Radel gets it way out top, and he's picked up on a switch by Melville. Radel works into the lane. Nice in between defenders, slips the shot up, no good. There was 3 Indians there. Somebody fouled him, and Radel goes to the line.
It'll be Zane Miller. No, Jacob Johnson. I'm sorry. 3 for Jacob. 4th team foul for Cumberland.
So Cumberland wants to score, and if he can do it with the clock stop, that's great, but Radel doesn't oblige with the first free throw off the mark. We'll have another attempt, though, to try to make it a 10-point game. Minute 21 showing as that free throw dropped through. Boy, it bounced around and hung on and then dropped in, as now Radel will sit with those fouls, and in to replace him is Cade McMeekin. That also allows Cumberland to set up their full court press. Has a 1-2-2 look to it. Inbounds to Melville. Quickly he got it to McManaway, who runs it up the left side. McManaway now stops at the wing. Keeps the dribble going, brings it back out. He's going to be double-teamed, triple-teamed, ball knocked loose, and it's actually a quick jump ball whistled in favor of Cumberland.
Yeah, that's going to work out for the Pirates. That's 5 Altamont turnovers here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get Radel right back into the game. Altamont's going to get Parker Bell in for Cooper McManaway. Sitting down for Cumberland, I think Weber was in for a moment, and he sat down.
Minute 11 to play in a 10-point game. Altamont leads 51-41. It'll be Cumberland ball when we come back in 30 seconds here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Every pass, every play, every moment. Powered by speed you can trust. American Fiber Network, your local internet service provider. Proudly supporting area schools and wishing all the teams the best of luck this week. Call them today, 217-367-1578.
While the action heats up on the court, take a charge against pests driving into your home. Arab Termite and Pest Control keeps the defense up to protect your investment from any unwanted pests all season long. See a bug? Call Arab. Protecting your home is always a slam dunk.
Proud supporter of Effingham County sports and academic programs.
A minute 11 to play in the contest. Altamont leads 51-41. Cumberland took the timeout after they forced a jump ball, and the possession arrow favored them.
If my record keeping is accurate, Cumberland's got one more timeout left in this game. Altamont should have a couple.
And 10-point game. Cumberland gets a quick bucket. It could matter. It's not over yet.
No.
Altamont's in the driver's seat as long as they take care of the ball, which they turned it over that last time, and make their free throws, which they did the trip before. They'll be in position to move to the championship once again. Inbounds in backcourt to Reed Miller. He brings it all the way to the right baseline, circles it back to Radel. Radel from the wing, clears some space, now fires it over in the corner to Miller. They get it inside to Vanetta. He lays it up and in from the right block. Isaac Vanetta, 6 points. Altamont, Cooper Powell takes his time. Little gamesmanship there to get the ball inbounded. Finds Zane Miller, and Miller is fouled along the sideline. And with 44.8 seconds on the clock, Altamont heads to the charity stripe once again.
I don't know exactly what was going on there with the inbound pass.
We had our head down writing the stat. Unfortunately, it happened right in front of us, but it was just an unusual time for something unusual to happen. But what I think happened is Altamont just kind of walked towards their out-of-bounds line and kind of flipped the ball off of a Pirate, or somehow it got off of a Pirate, and it was taking time off the clock. Now the officials have been chatting with the Cumberland coaching staff, and again, Justin Radel picked up 2 technicals in the first quarter and was therefore ejected, and now their assistant coaches have taken over, and they're questioning the situation. But the officials heard his argument and then talked to each other, and now they're back explaining whatever the situation was to Cumberland. I think they might get a delay of game on the Pirates. Interesting. So,
conversation hasn't stopped yet.
No.
Mike Kreger's lining them up to shoot some free throws over there.
44.8 seconds on the clock. The official is still in deep conversation, one of them with the Cumberland coaching staff, as Zane Miller puts the first of 2 free throws up. It hits the rim, bounces off, no good.
By the way, Reed Miller was the person who fouled for Cumberland. He's up to 4 personals as well.
51-43, an 8-point contest. Altamont at the line, missed the first for Zane Miller. His second is up. Looks good, but it hit the heel of the rim, no good. Rebound Bierman. He hands it to Radel. 40 seconds and counting as he crosses the timeline. Goes to the right, gets the screen. Tough 3 on the way, and he buried it. Cameron Radel with 17, and all of a sudden it's a 5-point game as Cumberland's feeling some momentum with 34.8 seconds left. They take the timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. It's Altamont 51, Cumberland 46, NTC tournament action on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Diedrich Bank is proud to be a sponsor of the NTC tournament. Good luck to all of our area teams. Diedrich Bank, live for today, bank for tomorrow, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State.
51-46 the score. Cumberland has chopped into the Altamont lead. It was 10 just a few trips ago. Now it's 5, and Altamont feeling a little bit of pressure with 34.8 seconds on the clock.
Well, nothing's easy, and it shouldn't be in a matchup like this. So if Cumberland took that timeout, by my count, they shouldn't have any left. Is that right?
That's what I believe, too. But they stopped the clock with momentum. They set up a full-court press. Looks like they've got two people trying to stick with Melville. Cooper Powles is left open to inbound the ball. The Powles will trigger it in, finds McManaway. McManaway holds in backcourt. Now spins, works it to the left side. As he got to the timeline, McMeekin does then commit the foul.
Yeah, once you realize you're not going to get the turnover in the backcourt, you need to go ahead and get that clock stopped. And McMeekin has plenty of fouls to give. That's 2 for him.
Cooper McManaway had a big first half with 11 points. Hasn't scored since then, but he could go a long way to helping Altamont knock down the victory with these free throws. Sophomore puts the free throw up. It's way off the mark. No good. Radel checks back in for Cumberland as McMeekin sits. Manaway takes a couple of dribbles with 30.3 seconds on the clock. Puts this free throw up, and it's good. So he has 12, and now Jacob Johnson checks in for McManaway. That'll allow Altamont to set their defense as well. Fouls is going to stay with Radel. Radel's the trigger man. Altamont's just showing man-to-man up the court. They get it in. Reed Miller runs it across the timeline. Wanting to hand it to Radel. Got it to him on the wing. He's double-teamed. Back they go to Miller. Miller takes it to the baseline. A lot of time coming off. They got it to Vanetta. Forces a tough shot on the right side. It banks in. It's good for Isaac. He has 8. And now the ball is out on the perimeter. Melville had it. And Radel was trying to take it away from him so he could hurry it to the baseline, but you just can't do that. And so with the delay of game already administered,
I think it's going to be a technical.
It is a technical. Altamont's going to go to the free throw line, and his 4-point game with 11 seconds left, there wasn't much time. Look, Altamont was certainly not hurrying to get the ball inbounded, but why would they? With no way for Cumberland to stop the clock.
Yeah, they've used all their timeouts. So this is the 5th and 6th technical free throws that Cade Melville has shot tonight. First one's good.
He has 12 now in the ball game. Pushes the lead to 5, and again, Altamont will have the ball to inbound from the sideline, I do believe. Maybe back here, full court. Melville's free throw is up, and it's good. So he buried them both. He has 13. And again, these are coming at odd times for us because we have to write stats down. And then all of a sudden, you've got delay in the action. It will be Altamont to inbounds from the sideline. 11 seconds on the clock. Fouls is looking, found Melville. Melville had it knocked loose from behind. Vanetta with the steal, put the shot up and in. 7 seconds on the clock. Melville looks at the clock. He has to get it inbounded. He throws it the length of the court. It actually bounces off of Johnson, and then the horn expires. Altamont hangs on for the 54-50 victory as they will advance to the championship of the 90th annual National Trail Conference Tournament. As again, Altamont 54, Cumberland 50. Cumberland will play in the third place game Saturday afternoon. Altamont will take on the winner of the St. Anthony Dietrich matchup tomorrow night, and Cumberland will battle the loser of that contest for third. A spirited event in the semifinals of this National Trail Conference Tournament, as it always is, goes Altamont's way with the 54-50 victory here in Altamont. We'll be back on a busy post-game show as Dustin will have the numbers, Gail will have scores. We'll check and see if we can get a coach or two as Altamont heads to the championship via the victory tonight over Cumberland, 55-50 the final. As we'll be back with the halftime or the post-game show. We'll get it somewhere in here. Brought to you by Dustin Sons Auto Sales here on Classic Hit 97.9 XFM.
On the court. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today. It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Spring registration is underway at Lakeland College. Apply today and prepare for a career or gain a new skill. Flexible schedules with in-person and online classes. Lakeland College. Education that fits your life.
This is the Dustin Son Auto Supplies postgame show, serving the area since 1929.
Well, eventful night once again here at the 90th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. It opened up with a win in the 9th place game as St. Elmo Brownstown defeated Cowden Herrick Beecher City by a score of 50-46. North Clay pulled away from Neoga. It was a good contest through the first half of action and then some, but North Clay took control in the second half with a 69-41 victory. So North Clay will play in the Consolation Championship either against South Central or Windsor Sioux Strong. Here in the nightcap, Cumberland, the top seed, fell to Altamont. Altamont picked up the 54-50 victory. Altamont moves into the tournament championship, and they await St. Anthony or Dietrich. Winner of that one will take on Altamont Saturday night at 7:30 in the championship contest. The loser of St. Anthony and Dietrich will battle Cumberland in the third-place game around 2:30 Saturday afternoon. What another evening of basketball. It sure was entertaining, I guess. Are you not entertained here in Altamont as this big gym filled up nicely for this semifinal? We expect the same tomorrow night as St. Anthony will battle Dietrich after South Central takes on Windsor Sioux Straws. Action begins with coverage just after 6 o'clock. With the tip-off of 2 games tomorrow night, beginning at 6:15. Dustin's been working on the stats. Here he is with those numbers.
I'm going to use what's left of my voice to tell you the statistics from this game tonight. Cumberland shot 35.5% from the field, 17 of 48. Made 8 out of 12 free throws, 67% there. And 25% of their three-pointers, 6 of 24. So they put a lot of them up. Not so many went down. I think an atypical three-point shooting night for the Pirates, and really some pretty good looks that just didn't fall today for whatever reason, but that was a big part of the story for Cumberland. As far as Altamont goes, they shot just a hair under 46% from the field, 17 of 37, shot a lot of free throws and made 68% of them, 17 of 25 at the line, 3 out of 7, that's 42.9% on their three-pointers. The rebounding was pretty close to even. Cumberland with a 27-26 edge by my count. And their turnovers, not a big part of the story. Altamont actually ended up turning over 5 more times than Cumberland, 11-6. And that's entirely based on they turned it over 6 of those 11 times in the fourth quarter. As Cumberland's ratcheted up the pressure a little bit, trying to get some takeaways. Altamont did have a few giveaways, but still only 11 for the game. That's a pretty good number. So those are your team statistics, and I will let you know about individual stats in just a moment.
Thank you very much, Dustin, as, again, Altamont picks up the victory 54-50. Altamont led this entire ball game. Got off to the quick start, as Dustin mentioned. That really was basically what allowed them to hang on late for the win. Altamont built the lead up to as much as 13 in the third quarter. Cumberland continued to battle and stay with it, and eventually chopped it down to what was the 4-point margin, but ran out of time as they had used their timeouts, couldn't stop the clock. There was delay of games called and situations that were a little unusual at the end of a contest. But at the end of the day, Altamont gets the victory 54-50 as Cumberland flips into that third-place game. Altamont will play for the championship. And again, coverage tomorrow night. We've been starting with 3 games at 5 o'clock, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tomorrow night, it'll be a little different as we just have 2 games for you, as kind of is the norm.
Yeah, I was going to say normal becomes the abnormal the way things worked out tonight.
So we have 2 games for you. We'll pick up the coverage just after 6 o'clock with South Central and Windsor Stew Straws, and that'll lead us into the other semifinal. Expect a big crowd again tomorrow night as St. Anthony will battle Dietrich. And then a busy day Saturday begins at 11:30 with the 7th place game between Neoga and South Central or Windsor Stew Straws, yes. And then the consolation championship will be North Clay and the winner of Windsor Stew Straws and South Central. Then the 3rd place game will follow that with Cumberland taking on either St. Anthony or Dietrich. And they'll clear the gym because they have to make way for the big crowd that always files in for the championship of the National Trail Conference Tournament. And it'll be Altamont and either St. Anthony or Dietrich in a matchup. Either way will be a matchup that we've seen quite a bit over the last few years in the championship game. Those 3 teams have been involved in the championship game for quite some time here in the NTC tournament. So we'll sort it out tomorrow night as Dustin works through the stats. We'll check back at the studios with Gail. Gail, what kind of scores do you have from around the area?
All right, let's run down the girls' basketball scores for tonight in the Apollo Conference. A big win for Effingham. They traveled to Charleston, defeated them 83-18. In the National Trail Conference, it was Windsor Stewarts and Strasburg defeating Cowden-Herrick Beecher City 51-44. In the Little Illini Conference for girls basketball, Richland County defeated Newton 56-43. In non-conference play for the girls, North Clay defeated Sandoval 44-28. In junior high boys basketball action, I did not get a final on the championship game between KZ Westfield and Villa Grove, but in the Robinson Nuttall Regional for 8-3A, Chitopolis defeated Marshall 44-11, and Robinson Nuttall edged out Lawrenceville Parkview by a score of 44-42. And currently, with 6 minutes left to go in the game, the Fighting Illini are still leading the Washington Huskies. It is now 64-57.
All right, thank you very much, Gail, as we are now joined by Cumberland head coach Justin Radel. And, Coach, quite a battle here tonight at Altamont. Saw your club come up a little bit short, and there was a lot of interesting things that happened in this ball game, and have to address it right away in the first quarter. Altamont jumped out to an early lead and then picked up a couple of technicals there in that first period of action.
Yeah, the situation there, and, not proud of it, not the way it should have been done. I'll be honest. I earned the first one, and I deserved the first one, and I wanted the first one. I think a statement needed to be made. I feel like some things weren't necessarily handled the correct way. From the rule books that I've read and the rules videos I watched, if you put 2 hands on a ball handler, it's an automatic foul. No questions asked. And I talked nicely to the officials for the first handful of possessions about that and got nowhere. Had one of our players talk to them, and they kind of just looked at him like, he didn't matter, which, that bothers me. I felt, we may have got bumped a little bit here on a rebound and then turn around and a little ticky-tack, and then we get called for the foul. So I let them know my displeasure that they've missed plenty of fouls earlier in the game at the other end, and now we're going to call this crap down here. And I probably used some words that I shouldn't have used. And, again, I deserve the first one. Completely take responsibility for that. After that, as I walked away, I said something that along the lines of it being a nightmare and give me the second one. That one definitely should have happened. I think it's a lesson not for me because I know better, but it's a lesson for our kids. We talk and we preach all the time about worry about what you can control what you can control. And, I let that situation get out of hand, and then I didn't do that. I didn't follow my own, advice, and I put the boys in a bad situation there. But, I think after that, they battled. They battled. They played hard, and I'm super proud of them and happy as can be with how they handled themselves the rest of the game.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this gymnasium in the NTC tournament is something that your boys really experienced for the first time in a semifinal matchup here. And maybe in a little bit of initial shock in that first quarter, but like you said, responded well, fought hard through the rest of the game. And really, Altamont hangs their hat on rebounding, and your club rebounded right there with them as well tonight.
I agree after that initial 4-minute buzz. We kind of woke up and, figured out what was going on here and started doing things the way we needed to do it.
Nice to have Reed Miller back available for you as he just played a solid, calming presence at times throughout this ball game.
Yeah, he takes a lot of pressure off of some of the other shooters, and he gives us a look as far as, get to the basket, straight line driver, finish around the rim that, some of our guards don't bring.
Cameron Radel, dynamic player, really moves well out on the court. And, boy, you talk about a tough couple of buckets there to try to give Cumberland a chance late.
Yeah, those guys battled. Not just him, but everybody. Like I said, they defended. They got up. They played their hearts out to the end. And we shoot the ball a little bit better, start a little bit better. Things could have been different, but unfortunately, this is what happens, and you gotta learn from it. You gotta move on.
Now you have a day to kind of get ready for the third place contest. It can be a challenge though to get the kids ready for a game like that after having, thinking we're going to be in the championship, we're going to take care of business, we're going to win and move to that championship. Well, didn't work that way. So now how do you get them to bounce back for that third place competition?
No, it's going to be tough. Tomorrow's practice isn't going to be easy. Obviously you don't come here to play in a third place game. Nobody does. But, the fortunate thing for us is we get a day to kind of figure that stuff out where whoever we play is playing Friday night, and then they got to turn around and have that feeling with no time off. So, I think that's advantage for us. But, no matter who we get, St. Anthony, Diedrich, either one of them is going to be a tough matchup for us. And we got to respond and show that, we're a better team than what we showed tonight, that we deserved to have the chance, the opportunity to play in that championship game. And, if things were different another night, who knows what could have happened. Mm-hmm. And we belong in the top of this conference this year. I think we proved that. Yeah. We got a lot to play for. It's not the end of the year. It's not the end of the season. We still got a regular season conference championship we're looking to earn. We got a regional championship we're looking to earn. And we all have to learn, from this and hopefully move on and attain some of those goals.
Coach, we appreciate you taking some time to chat with us after the ball game. We look forward to the Pirates and seeing them play in that third place contest on Saturday afternoon.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Coach Justin Radel spending some time with us after the ball game, and we appreciate him doing that as well. Tough night for Cumberland as they fall to Altamont. Final score 54-50. Justin's been working on some individual stats. We're hoping to catch John Nieberge as well. So we will sort out that, and maybe you can get started with some of the individual numbers.
I have got those for you. We'll start with Cumberland. Cam Radel led them with 17 points, 6 of 12 from the field. Made 3 3-pointers tonight. Looks like he was 3 out of 9 on his threes, 2 for 4 at the free throw line with 4 rebounds and an assist. 10 points for Isaac Vanetta. All that coming in the second half. 4 of 9 from the field, 2 out of 2 at the line. I'll tell you what. We'll just put a pause on this, and we'll start back over after that. John Nieberge from Altamont making his way over. So we will get you those individual stats in a little bit. Let's hear about what Coach Nieberge thinks about his Altamont effort tonight.
I'll ask you there to turn up Coach's mic as Coach. Boy, never know what you're going to get at the NTC, except it's going to be a hard-fought battle. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and your club emerges with a big win tonight.
Yeah, that's all we asked for. We asked to play in that. Every year, the benchmark is to play in the Saturday night game of the tournament and hopefully win it. But yeah, that's all we asked for. Don't care how ugly it gets at the end, or you just want to have your number bigger than their number at the end of the game.
And you used a lot of weapons in order to make that happen in this ball game, as it was a very balanced attack. Cumberland's defense forced you into that, and in particular in the second half, I would ask you if Zane Miller was challenged a little bit at halftime, or said, hey, this is a matchup that we like.
Right.
And, boy, he took advantage with 12 big points for you in that second half of action.
You wouldn't be wrong. He settled for a couple easy jump shots at the free throw line in the first half, and that's not his game. He can make those, but we know him. He's a bowling ball man. He needs to go get downhill and attack. We went to a little bit of dribble drive offense just to kind of get us in attack mode a little bit, and because their pressure, their defense is really good. Coach Radel, they're help the helper. They help all the, they overhelp, which is a staple of a good defense. So we knew we had to kind of just attack their aggressiveness a little bit, and Zane did a good job in that third quarter to kind of stretch that lead out.
And just to finish up on that, the nice thing about him, they put a big kid on him. He's able to use his quickness to get to the basket there, and then when they put maybe a smaller guard on him, he can still handle the ball well enough to take advantage of his size when he gets him inside.
Yeah, he's a tough guard. I mean, he's a tough mismatch for big or small. That's why I wish I could get him in the post a little bit more to post up, but he took advantage of, when they put Harmon on him, he took advantage of getting downhill a little bit.
Cooper McManaway in the first half in particular offensively got off to a good start as when they were really focusing on Cade Melville, trying to limit his opportunities, as any team's going to do.
Right.
Cooper stepped up and provided a nice big punch, especially in that first half.
Right. He got downhill. It got us easy. I think we were up 7-0, if I'm incorrect, or 6-0. But he got downhill a few times, and then he kind of stopped a little bit. I said, every time you've gotten downhill, you scored, haven't you, when it first came out. So, he got off to a good start. When he gets downhill, especially going to his left, he's tough to score. He's tough to stop.
So he chips in with double figures and 12, and, of course, then you have Cade Melville finishing with 13. And it was just one of those nights where he picked and chose his spots, that he took his shots, and when he had the opportunities. And on the defensive end, it's so impressive how many block shots he gets. I mean, and this is going to sound backhanded probably in a way, but you look at him and you don't think shot blocker necessarily, but he understands, he reads it well, his help defense is so solid, and he does it generally without fouling.
Yeah, he's always a second jumper when he blocks shots. He's got good timing. When he reads it, he doesn't jump first. He jumps second, and then he just flips the wrist rather than swipes down like normal high school kids do. They try to volleyball spike it, but Cade, we try to put Cade sometimes on the weaker player, or the less offensive type player, so he can be that guy and help. But he can guard 1 through 5, and when he's on the 5-man, that's kind of when he is in that help side position.
Players step in and help out in a lot of capacities, and Blake Berg got a few minutes in the first half, and he set a screen with the pick and pop. He was open, and he just buried that three like he'd been doing it every day.
Right. He had some good first half minutes, and then we don't play him in the second half, just situational, but it wasn't anything that he did. It was a big three. He got us up 10, I think, and that was he can shoot. It's only second three of the year, but he's that kid that's a big that can step out. When they're helping off of Cade, we're looking for that pick and pop opportunity.
And of course, Cooper Powell's, if you just look at the scorebook, you don't understand anything that he brings to the game. 2 points tonight.
Right.
But how many did he prevent?
Right. No, I told him after the game, I said, I think the Radel boy is the best offensive player in the conference, and we got a lot of good ones. I just think he's a 3-level scorer and can shoot from anywhere. Step back game is really good. I thought Cooper did a really good job of beating him to spots, not letting him catch it where he wanted to. And I said, if you can do that the rest of the year, we have our defensive stopper. Everything else is going to fall into place. So my hat, I root for those type of kids because that's what I was in high school. Those are the guys that are the glue of the team, and we're now 8-1 with him inserted into the starting lineup. So you can tell what he's mean to this team, and the whole team knows it. So I can't talk enough about him. He's what has become this team. He is this team right now.
And right now, that team is headed to the championship game Saturday night. it's going to be a familiar opponent. It's going to be either St. Anthony or Dietrich. And these programs have earned the right to be at the top of the conference, and they're going to be there again against this Altamont team. And you have a day to kind of prepare for what's going to be a tough matchup no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have practice Friday. And we won't know who we're playing yet, but then we'll probably have a shoot-around. We'll work on our stuff on Friday, just kind of get some executions details ironed out. But, Coach Rinker, Coach Bonoff, it's flip a coin with those two. I mean, the last game they had was a double overtime, so it's going to be an exciting ball game. We'll take all comers. No matter who we play, it's going to be a good ball game Saturday night, and I hope the orange and black come out and pack this crowd.
Coach, we know you got more to do tonight. We'll let you get out of here. We appreciate the visit. Thanks, as always.
Yep.
Look forward to that championship game Saturday night.
Saturday night. Thanks, guys.
That's John Nieberge, nice enough to spend some time with us after the ball game as his Indians pick up the 54-50 victory. Dustin had started to work through some numbers. Let's turn it back over to him.
I'm just going to start over. Only got a couple of Cumberland kids read off. Cam Radel was one of them. 17 points leading the way tonight for the Pirates. 6 of 12 from the field. 3 out of 9 from three-point range. 2 for 4 on his free throws with 4 rebounds and an assist. 10 points for Isaac Vanetta. 4 of 9 from the field. All of the scoring came in the second half, by the way. 2 of 2 at the free throw line with 3 rebounds and an assist. 8 points for Reed Miller. It was nice for them to get him back. A really important kid to everything they do on both ends of the floor. 3 of 8 from the field. 0 for 2 on his three-pointers. 2 out of 4 at the line with 2 rebounds and 3 assists. Half a dozen for Chase Stewart tonight. He was 2 of 11. Every one of those attempts was from three-point range, and I don't think that 2 of 11 is, that's not what you normally see out of him, but that's what he had tonight. 6 rebounds and an assist. 6 points also for Caleb Bierman. 2 of 4 from the field, 2 out of 2 at the line, 6 rebounds. 4 of those were on the offensive glass. Cade McMeekin came off the bench and got him 3 points, 1 of 2 from the field, both attempts from three-point range. Had a couple of boards as well. Zach Harmon didn't score tonight, 0 for 2 from the field with a couple of rebounds and a block shot. McMeekin and Miller each had a block as well. And then I'm pretty sure Bryson Weber snuck in there for a possession or 2 here or there. I thought I wrote that down. If you didn't, I apologize, but that would have been the last bench player that they used tonight. Cumberland falls to 19-4 on the year, and they will play for third place on Saturday afternoon. Altamont got 3 double-figure scoring performances. Cade Melville led the way with 13, 4 of 10 from the field. He was 0 for 2 on his three-pointers, 5 out of 8 from the free throw line with 5 rebounds, 4 assists. I had him at 5 block shots tonight. 12 points for Cooper McManaway, 11 of them in the first half. 4 out of 7 from the field, 2 out of 2 from three-point range, and 2 for 3 on his free throws with 5 rebounds. Zane Miller, all 12 of his points came in the second half. 3 out of 8 from the field. He was 0 for 1 on his threes, 6 of 9 at the line, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. He took a charge tonight as well. 9 points for Jacob Johnson, 4 of 4 from the field, and 1 of 2 at the line. A couple of rebounds and a blocked shot for him. 2 points for Cooper Powell, 1 for 2 from the field. Missed a three-pointer. He had a couple of boards, but again, you guys just talked about some of the non-offensive contributions that he provided as well. Parker Bell came in with 3 points, 0 for 5 from the field, but did go 3 out of 4 at the line with a couple of boards and an assist. And Blake Berg made the only shot he took. That was a three-pointer. Coach Nieberge said that's the second three-pointer he's made all season. Looked pretty good in the second quarter. He knocked it down to give him 3 points, and then Nate Lurkins saw some time as well. Did not attempt a shot, but got a rebound tonight. And then, of course, we'll mention one more time, courtesy of Kurt Becker, the guy, if you want to know something about the National Trail Conference, well, he's the guy to go to. Altamont gets this win over number 1 seeded Cumberland on the 50th anniversary of the first time that an Altamont team ever knocked off a number 1 seed in this tournament. 50 years ago, they defeated St. Anthony in the semifinals, and that was a 5 seed beating a 1 seed. And so 50 years later, they get another big win over a number 1 seed and to secure their spot in the championship. Might be against St. Anthony, might be against Dietrich. Who knows? Either way, it's going to be a good game. Looking forward to it. 24 hours from now, we will know the answer to that, as well as the third place and the consolation matchups as well. As
that'll wrap up a busy night of basketball. Thanks to Liz and to Caleb doing a great job working the live video stream over there as well on our YouTube channel. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you do so. Thanks to Gail back at the studios, who's always working hard, engineering the broadcast. And thanks to Dustin White for all the great numbers and his work as well here during the tournament.
Glad to be here. Excited for 2 more days. This is when we get to the really fun part of the tournament. It's all good. But, boy, you get into your semifinals, you get into your final day, all kinds of good stuff. Looking forward to it.
You know, Blake Berg should be feeling pretty confident because he won that fantasy football league, and maybe he carried that onto the court, knocking down that big 3 in the first half.
Were you in that fantasy football?
I might have finished second. Just saying.
Well, I don't know how excited he should really be then.
Well, it's quite an accomplishment. That's all I can tell you. As Altamont gets the victory tonight, final score, Altamont 54, Cumberland 50. Altamont into the championship game, Cumberland into the third-place contest. As earlier tonight, it was wins for St. Elmo Brownstown over Cowden-Herrick Beecher City, 50-46, and North Clay defeated Neoga in the consolation bracket game, 69-41. Join us tomorrow night for action just after 6 o'clock. South Central and Windsor Stew Straws in the consolation bracket matchup, followed by the semifinals of the tournament with St. Anthony and Dietrich battling it out to see who takes on Altamont in the championship Saturday night. For Caleb, for Liz, for Gail, for Dustin, I'm Matt Robinson. Thanks for joining us for High School Hoops on Classic Hits 97.9.